Canada's new immigration bill C2 to cancel or suspend applications and documents. Canada's proposed immigration bill C2 has sparked intense debate as it introduces sweeping powers for the government to suspend or cancel pending applications and even revoke documents in certain cases. If you are interested in this topic, please pay attention and watch the video through to the end to get all the information. Please hit like and subscribe, and don't forget to push the notification bell for an upcoming video. In a move sparking intense debate, Canada's government introduced Bill C2, the Strong Borders Act, in June 2025, legislation pitched as enhancing border security but with a deeper aim, empowering officials to cancel or suspend thousands of immigration applications and permits in bulk. As of September 17, 2025, the bill is at the second reading stage in the House of Commons, with active debates occurring as recently as September 16. While it enjoys conservative support, increasing its likelihood of passing, over 300 organizations have called for its withdrawal, citing risks to refugee rights and fairness in immigration processing. If the legislative pace holds, the bill could advance to committee review soon, but it remains far from becoming law. The bill addresses Canada's ballooning immigration backlog, with over 2.2 million applications pending as of July 31, including 892,400 for permanent residency and 1,079,300 for temporary residency. Half of permanent resident applications and 38% of temporary ones exceed official processing timelines, straining the system. Public Safety Minister Gary Anandasangari highlighted the bill's necessity, referencing the surge in temporary resident permits during COVID-19 when authorities lacked tools to pause or cancel applications. Broader immigration powers, but vague criteria. Legal experts warn that the bill's public interest clause grants sweeping, undefined authority, allowing officials to make abrupt policy shifts without judicial oversight. A Toronto immigration lawyer called it a blank check, noting, "Public interest can mean anything. Officials could pivot quickly, bypassing reasons that courts might challenge." This echoes a 2012 move under Stephen Harper's government, which eliminated pre-2008 skilled worker applications, a decision upheld by the federal court despite lawsuits. With likely passage, experts predict the Immigration Department will target programs based on backlog size, processing delays, and economic value. Humanitarian programs with limited financial returns could also face cuts. Affected Canada immigration programs? Immigration specialists have flagged several at-risk categories. Entrepreneurial pathways, a Vancouver lawyer pointed to the startup visa, with a 53-month processing time, and the self-employed persons program, paused until 2027, as likely targets. Many applicants are in Canada on temporary status, she said. Cancellations could leave them undocumented, triggering enforcement by border agencies. Low-skilled workers, a Halifax attorney fears disproportionate impacts on migrants in lower-wage jobs, who often enter on short-term permits to support families abroad. The bill's expanded powers to revoke visas under vague conditions could disrupt lives. This mirrors policies where temporary labor is welcomed but settlement is discouraged, she noted. Refugee sponsorships, a Winnipeg lawyer suggested private refugee sponsorships, bogged down by years-long delays, could be curtailed. He sees the bill as a tool to reset the system, though future caps would be needed to manage backlogs. The bill's broad scope might also enable profiling of individuals, such as those with minor criminal records, ties to sanctioned consultants, or origins in politically sensitive countries. Experts are warning of potential bias. It could cater to shifting sentiments, from anti-immigration rhetoric to fears about students from certain nations. What's the next step in the passing of Bill C2? As of September 17, 2025, at 8:37 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time, Bill C2 is listed on the House of Commons agenda for potential discussion during the government orders block, starting around 3 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Here's what lies ahead in its legislative journey. Complete second reading in the House of Commons. Currently, Bill C2 is under debate at the second reading stage, where MPs discuss its core principles. The bill is listed under government orders for September 17, 2025, suggesting possible debate following statements by members, 2 p.m., oral questions, 2:15 p.m., and routine proceedings. However, parliamentary schedules are fluid and subject to change, so a specific debate or vote isn't guaranteed today. A successful vote will move it to the next stage. Committee stage review. If second reading passes, a parliamentary committee, likely focused on public safety or immigration, will scrutinize the bill clause by clause. Experts, stakeholders, and witnesses will provide input, and amendments may be proposed to refine provisions, such as the vague, public interest clause raising concerns among critics. Report stage and further House debate. The committee will report back to the House with any amendments. MPs will then debate and vote on these changes during the report stage, fine-tuning the bill before its final House review. Third reading and final House vote. At third reading, MPs will debate the amended bill and hold a final vote. If approved, Bill C-2 advances to the Senate, which follows a similar process: first reading, second reading, committee review, report stage, and third reading. Any Senate amendments must be reconciled with the House version. Royal assent to become law. Once both chambers approve, the Governor-General grants royal assent, enacting the bill into law. With ongoing debates and opposition from over 300 organizations, this process could take weeks or months, depending on parliamentary priorities. Stay updated via the House of Commons Bill C-2 progress page. Canada's immigration reputation at stake. Canada has long been a beacon for immigrants, with clear residency pathways drawing talent through education and work. However, post-pandemic policies easing extensions for students and workers have worsened delays, turning a welcoming system into a bottleneck. Bill C-2 could restore efficiency but risks eroding fairness, introducing unpredictability that deters applicants. Supporters argue it prioritizes the immigrants, aligning with economic goals. As Ottawa debates, the bill's fate hinges on political dynamics, with Conservatives unlikely to oppose unless it serves strategic interests. For millions eyeing Canada, this signals a tougher era, balancing security with opportunity. As discussions unfold, Bill C-2 remains a focal point of concern for applicants and advocates alike. Its final outcome will determine whether it reshapes immigration as a tool of control or ensures greater efficiency without compromising trust. That is all for today, in this video. What are your thoughts on this? Please let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching the entire video. Hopefully, the information is useful to you. See you later, in the next video. Till then, take care.